Welcome to this video on a practical, urgent blueprint for achieving financial freedom to leave toxic or abusive living situations. We will focus on clear math, realistic housing choices, and safety-first tactics to transition quickly. Throughout, we will move step by step with a balance of caution and action. Let's begin. In this agenda, we cover why this blueprint matters, how to assess your budget with honesty, the safety protocols you should implement early, the practical strategy of room or house sharing as a first move, a rapid savings plan targeting $500 to $2,000, an actionable 14-day timeline, and 2 quick quizzes to test your understanding. We will end with key takeaways and clear next steps. This content is general information and not a substitute for legal, financial, or professional safety advice. If you are in immediate danger, call emergency services. Seek local hotlines, shelters, legal aids, or qualified professionals. Prioritize safety over possessions and adapt the plan to your circumstances. This topic matters because many people stay in unsafe or toxic situations due to perceived financial constraints. However, when you compare net income to minimal survival costs, the numbers often show that independent living in a shared space is attainable sooner than expected. The goal is to provide urgency without recklessness, and to help you act once the math supports it. The core idea is straightforward. If your net income exceeds your minimal survival costs, you likely have a usable surplus. That surplus can enable a rapid exit, especially through a room rental or shared apartment rather than solo living. The target is to keep your total housing and utilities under 40% of your net income. This decision builds a crucial financial buffer for emergencies and stabilization. The priority is safety and stability, not perfection. This flowchart begins with assessing net income against minimal survival costs. If a surplus exists, the path leads toward securing a room rental while keeping housing and utilities below 40% of net income. If no surplus exists, the chart directs you to reduce costs or increase income and to save more. A safety checkpoint covers document security, opening a separate bank account, and freezing credit. Once safety and affordability are confirmed, the path concludes with moving swiftly and quietly. Your first priority is safety. Secure your identity documents such as identification, social security card, birth certificate, and passport. Keep originals and copies in a safe location that only you can access. Open a new, separate bank account at a different institution to isolate finances. Keep your plans strictly confidential, and consider freezing your credit to prevent unauthorized accounts. Improve digital hygiene by changing passwords, enabling 2-factor authentication, and checking device access. After confirming housing, move quickly and quietly to reduce risk. To accumulate $1,500 to $2,000 quickly, start by calculating your surplus from net income after minimal survival costs. Temporarily cut non-essential spending such as subscriptions, dining out, and discretionary purchases. Generate cash by selling unused items and taking short-term gig work or overtime. Route new income and savings to your separate bank account. Use automated transfers on a daily or weekly basis to rapidly hit the target. This timeline shows a 2-week plan. Days 1 and 2 focus on document security and opening a new bank account. Days 3 and 4 are for auditing your budget and freezing credit. Days 5 through 7 are dedicated to searching for room rentals and submitting applications that keep housing under 40% of your net income. Days 8 to 10 emphasize completing savings for deposit and first month's rent. Days 11 and 12 finalize the lease and logistics. Day 13 is for packing essentials only. And Day 14 is the discrete move and address updates. Use a minimal budget template to confirm feasibility. Fill in your net income and keep housing and utilities under 40%. Include transport, communication, food, and a small buffer. In the example, a net income of $2,800 yields a housing and utilities cap of $1,120. With reasonable transport, communication, and food estimates, you can still maintain a meaningful buffer and savings toward the move. This demonstrates that a room share is financially viable in many cases. Quiz time. The question is, what is the recommended maximum share of your net income for housing plus utilities when you first move out? Your options are 25%, 40%, 50%, or 60%. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section. The correct answer is 40%. Keeping housing and utilities below this threshold helps create a buffer for emergencies, debt management, and initial setup costs during a transition. In a shared living arrangement, costs are lower, move-in can be faster, and utilities may be included, which simplifies budgeting. Shorter leases and a built-in financial buffer are common benefits. However, there is less privacy, potential house rules, and variability among roommates. In solo living, you gain full privacy and control over your environment, which can offer long-term stability. But costs are higher, savings accumulate more slowly, and initial barriers such as deposits and credit checks can be more demanding. When searching for housing, use targeted filters for room rentals or shared apartments, ideally with utilities included and flexible terms. Consider proximity to work or public transit to lower costs and reduce commute time. Always calculate total cost, including utilities and any fees, to confirm you remain under 40% of net income. Prepare your identification, pay stubs, references, and deposit in advance. Move quickly when a suitable option appears because room listings can go fast. For the move itself, pack only essentials such as documents, a basic wardrobe, hygiene items, medication, work tools, and minimal technology. Choose a time when you are least likely to be observed. After relocating, update addresses judiciously and reset two-factor authentication. Keep emergency cash and a spare key in separate secure locations. Focus on distance and stability over transporting all possessions at once. This table shows a sample minimal monthly budget with a net income of $2,800. Housing and utilities are set at approximately $1,100. Transport at $160, communication at $60, food at $300, and an emergency buffer at $200. This leaves $980 for savings or an exit fund, demonstrating the feasibility of a room share under these assumptions. This mind map centers on a safety plan. The document branch includes securing identification, social security card, birth certificates, and copies. The financial branch covers opening a new bank account, directing deposits separately, and freezing credit. The digital branch includes password changes, enabling two-factor authentication, and auditing device access. The logistics branch focuses on timing the move, packing essentials, and exiting quietly. The final branch addresses post-move updates, safe communication channels, and connecting with legal or support resources if needed. Here is the second quiz question. Which action best reduces the risk of financial manipulation during your exit? The options are: announce your plans on social media, open a new secret bank account at a different institution, co-sign a new credit card with the person you are leaving, or rely only on cash and keep it at home. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the correct option next. The correct answer is opening a new, secret bank account at a different institution. This action isolates your finances, reduces the risk of interference, and protects the funds you need to execute your move. The key points are: survival is necessary, so rely on math rather than assumptions. Choosing room or shared living accelerates the path to safety and savings. Keep housing and utilities below 40% of net income. Secure documents, isolate finances, and consider freezing your credit. Accumulate $1,500 to $2,000 quickly, and then execute a discreet move. To summarize, start with an honest assessment of net income compared to minimal survival costs. If a surplus exists, pursue a room or shared housing arrangement first. Keep housing and utilities under 40% of net income. Prioritize safety by securing documents, isolating finances, and considering a credit freeze. Save between $1,500 and $2,000 quickly, and carry out a discreet move once housing is confirmed. Thank you for watching. If this blueprint helped, please like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more practical strategies. Share your questions and experiences in the comments. Your story may help someone else take a first safe step.